Hey guys, welcome back to another Aspie World podcast. It's really cool. I like doing these now. I feel like I've been doing them weekly, but I'm with a very special guest. Many of you have seen me talking a lot about a product called Brilliance, and I love it. And I've been using it now for like 2 years, I believe. I think it's coming for 2 years, so I've been using Brilliance. Amazing stuff. But I'm actually joined today with the amazing Mariam, who is the co-founder of Discover Brilliance, which is this just amazing product, and we're going to get all to it right now. So, Mariam, do you want to kind of introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about who you are and why you're so smiley.
I would love it. I love working with you, Dan, and it's been a great journey. It's been a little bit over 2 years, I feel like.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I have been with Brilliance since inception. It's an amazing product that I'm super proud of to be part of the team and uh, just be able to provide this kind of an option for people, especially in the US. We definitely, are able to send to Canada, to Australia, to New Zealand, and some other countries that, depending if they let us send them
Yeah,
from
of
the
course.
US. But anyways, we've been around for about 6 years. This product is available in Europe, and they came to us and wanted to introduce it to the US market. And so we came up with, the whole brand name. The science is older. It's been around for at least 10 years. And it's an amazing product because how targeted it is. And so another special part of, when we decided how to kind of present this to the market for people to really get the best results from it is that it's not just, it's not just a pill that we say, oh, take this pill and you'll be okay. It's part of a whole program. And the way that we've tried to build our teams and our support and our messaging is around this program and to provide the support from our customer care team, from all the emails, all the information and blogs on our website to really help someone understand where these symptoms are coming from, understand that, it's not just a medication you take. You also need to be, trying to improve ways to improve your sleep, ways to improve nutrition. There's so many things that, little things that keep adding to, things that instigate these symptoms. And the more you can control them, the less of a medication you need, right? So our goal is to get people to a place where they are able to completely come off of medication and use these holistic, pillars of Brillia, which are not unique to us, the sleep, nutrition, practicing mindfulness, controlling screen time, and really being more aware about how these symptoms come about and be able to control them using Brillia or, other techniques. And to be able to really provide an option for people to consider in their journey of trying to figure out what works for them to be able to control these symptoms for their children, for themselves, for their loved ones. So I've been really blessed to have much, much bigger team now after, 6 years of being
Yes.
on the market, and happy to share about it any chance I get. So thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what's interesting is, whenever I'm buying a product or whenever I'm buying into a product, should I say, I'm about the experience that a product gives me. Like when you go to the Apple store to buy Apple gear, you got these really young, hip Gen Z like tech dudes who know exactly what they're talking about. I love it. Millennials and Gen Zs know everything about all the Apple stuff, and they talk your language. You feel calm. Like the only thing they're missing is sofas in there to relax. And I think the same with Brillia. It's not just a like a homeopathic medication, right? It's an experience because it's the packaging's soft, the website's soft, all of your marketing is soft. You're a gentle person to talk to. Everything's nice and light and airy. There's no because when you think about medication, when you think about things that are quite negative, like having anxiety and stress and restlessness, irritability, impulsivity, all of these things can be potentially a negative experience. But when you come to Brillia, you can talk about those things and it's a nice experience. It's okay. It's gentle. And it's such a breath of fresh air, which is why I resonate so much towards it. Not only do I love and enjoy taking it because it helps me just become way more focused, it also it's hard to explain. You become part of the Brillia family. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're part of something different. And I think that's really interesting. So congratulations. You've done a fantastic job at making something, not just a product that works really well, but an experience with the product that's like just fantastic.
Thank
Now,
you.
you did touch on something interesting. Like you have Brilliant for children and Brilliant for adults. Now, if anybody's watching this and like, okay, what are they talking about? Really, do you want to kind of just explain a little bit about what
Yes.
Brilliant does and what it is?
Yes. So Brillia is a homeopathic non-prescription medication. It's not attached to any particular diagnosis because it's non-prescription, because it's so gentle, you don't actually need to have a diagnosis. Anyone who has the symptoms of anxiety, irritability, hyperactivity, mood issues, lack of focus and attention, can benefit from using it. Now, I just want to clarify, it's not a supplement. It's not like a mind boosting pill. Like it is a nootropic, but it's not something that, anyone can take and just improve their mood and focus and attention. It's actually for people who are, experiencing symptoms that are beyond what a, average experience is. Someone who gets overly anxious or overly hyper. So if we have, experiences in our lives, God knows we all know since the last few years, that, cause anxiety and all of those things. And so it's really for someone who, and this is what we recommend as part of our pillars and our program, is to first not even try Brillia first try and go to, your lifestyle and see what you can do to change, your behaviors and your habits so that you can improve those symptoms. Some people may not need any medication. A lot of people, and this has, been top of mind for so many years now about, gaming and screen time. A lot of people who spend a lot of time on screens can start to exhibit ADHD symptoms. They may not have ADHD at all, but just because of, what they're exposed to, in addition to probably, the poor nutrition and the lack of sleep because they're addicted to their games or playing too much, on video games, kids can start to exhibit these symptoms. So our first approach is don't take any medications, just try and modify your lifestyle habits and see what happens. If you need a little bit more, then try, supplements or non-prescription medications, and Brillia is a great example and option to consider. If those don't work, obviously there's some that absolutely need prescription medications to be able to control their symptoms to a level that they can function and be happy and experience and enjoy their lives. So, we're not anti-medication. We don't pretend to be a magic pill. There is no magic pill. There is no medication that actually cures you from, OCD, ADHD, autism, all these, all this variety of diagnoses that you can have. But Brillia can help on any person who is experiencing these symptoms, regardless of the diagnosis that they have, can benefit from using a product like Brillia.
Yeah,
and so
100%.
When we first came across this product, we really wanted to be as transparent and honest and truthful about what it does, what it can do, what it can't do, and we're the first people to say it doesn't give the same results to everyone, but you have to try it. And the people who try it and give it a chance and are able to stay patient and consistent with it are able to see such amazing results. I've talked to a lot of parents, especially because we started with a Brillia for Children product, where the mom was crying of happiness just because their child used to be on ADHD medication, and then because it was a stimulant, their child wasn't able to sleep, and so then the doctor gave blood pressure medication to be able to get them to go to sleep, and then the child wasn't eating, it wasn't thriving, it wasn't happy, it wasn't playful, it wasn't growing, like physically growing, because they didn't want to eat. And so, she was able to wean her child off of all of those things and use Brillia instead. And her child was happy and playful and growing. And she was just calling to say how happy she is that she came across this product. And it has been really, really hard to break through and create a community of people who have put their trust in us to, see if Brillia works for them or doesn't. And for those that it does, before, I remember when we used to do our Facebook ads or, had posts, people would be like, oh, it doesn't work. It's a sugar pill, whatever. We do have clinical studies that support the product. We do have all the science that supports the product and how gentle and impactful it can be. But we also offer a money-back guarantee, just because for some people, if you're not able to stick to the 3 pills, daily doses that you take to dissolve in your mouth. If you're not able to be patient, if your symptoms just don't respond to, taking Brilliance, we offer 100% money back guarantee for first-time buyers who, have given it a 3-month term to try the product and it doesn't work. We're happy to refund it. So even now, people who try it and don't get results, they're still really appreciate, because I guess unfortunately, there's so many companies that say they have a money back guarantee and they don't, are so skeptical, like our policies, of our culture, of what we're actually sharing and explaining, that, our whole team is very cognizant of that. And so we do not use any bots. We don't use any automation. Every single email, phone call, comment is answered by a real person who has had lots of training exactly to know how Brilliance works, what it can do, what it can't do, who can take it, who shouldn't, how to take it, how to modify how you're taking it to get the best results, to really be able to offer, someone the opportunity to figure out how Brilliance can fit into the program that works best for them.
Dude, 100%. And that's what I love about you guys. Like, you're not just saying, hey, buy my product. You're like saying, hey, how can we help you increase your life potential? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's so many scary companies who just want you to buy their product all the time, right? And so it's so nice to find a company who actually does care. And I think, even down to the content that you put out on your site, and I follow you now on Threads, because obviously we've been working together for a few years. And just seeing the content comes out, it's so nice. It's one of the companies that I look forward to seeing the content from. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Well, you're more than welcome. Yeah, 100%. And it's so interesting. Now, the thing I was going to touch on is, you were saying that Brilliant came out, I think you said the pilot or the main part was for children, right? Which is kind of the main success of the product. But then you also have Brilliant for adults, which is the one I'm on, obviously, because I'm over 18 years old. Now, there are a bunch of people who, like, how can I explain it? There's a bunch of companies that will try to sell you medication for adults, right? And a lot of the time, especially here in the UK, there's a lot of opportunity and offering for like herbal stuff for children, but I feel like for adults are kind of forgotten about. And I think this is why I think Brilliant is such a blessing in my life, because it's something that is for adults. It can help adults, and there's little effort. Like, you can literally just go to the link up in the description of this video right now, and we even have a discount code ASPY15. You can get 15% off. But just to get access to it, I mean, like, you have to jump through hoops here in the UK, I think, just to get access to anything. And it's always medication based, and it's kind of just, you don't know, and SSRI inhibitors and all these kind of things. And you're thinking, is a stimulant going to be good for me? I'm already, on my 6th coffee of the day. And I go, so I think, like, I think adults specifically need to kind of really check. Like, if you're watching this, you're an adult on the spectrum, you're thinking, hey, I don't know, I'm looking for something that can help me. I definitely recommend, obviously, speak to your doctor first before taking any medication, but I would love for you to just try out Brilliant. And like Miriam was saying, they have a money back guarantee. You win. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you've not lost anything. You know what I mean? All the risk is on you guys.
Yeah. And the way that the active ingredient works in the system is also very, very gentle. It doesn't impact any systems. It doesn't leave any footprint in your system. It doesn't change your blood chemistry. It's not a stimulant. So if you take it, you don't experience the results you're looking for, or you're not, in a position to make the commitment to take the 3 daily doses, then, it will completely exit your system. It does not leave any kind of footprint on your system. So, from so many different levels, it's just worth a try. That's even how we approached, working with you, Dan, if you recall. When we launched, it was when, influencers were, would mention a brand and then sales would spike and go through the roof, and it was all about your followers and all of those things. But when we wanted to, look for influencers to really help us with brand awareness, we didn't want anybody to just say, oh, Brilliant's great, go buy it. We wanted people who actually were open to experiencing the whole journey. We wanted someone would commit to work with us for at least 3 months and be willing, understand how the science of it works, so they're comfortable with actually trying it, and working with us during that journey, and also sharing that journey with their followers and say, hey, I'm going to try this product to see how it works. And we wanted them to be fully transparent and honest if they didn't feel the results that they were expecting, it was less, if it was anything like that, just to really experience it for themselves and then be able to share that with their followers, which is why we don't use a bajillion influencers. We have maybe you and two other people that really have been willing, because mostly it's people who aren't interested in that kind of commitment or long-term journey with us. But it's been amazing to to actually have that connection, because we do share a lot of the same values and commitments, and Brillia can help people from so many different diagnoses and so many different ages. Now we can do from 5 to 18 for Brillia for children, 18 and older for Brillia for adults. The other beautiful thing about Brillia is that because the active ingredient is so targeted, there's no contraindication. So if somebody is, like, for instance, figures out that a stimulant medication works best for them, but they're experiencing some anxiety, because that's sometimes a secondary side effect of taking stimulants, you can also add Brillia to your regimen, and Brillia can help kind of taper down that anxiety while you can continue to use Adderall or whatever other stimulant medication you're taking to help get even better results and enjoy life even more, because it reduces the secondary side effects of those things. So it's not just like, oh, you have to just try Brillia by itself. It can work really well in conjunction with, other things. And it's a holistic program that usually gives the best results anyway. So it kind of fits in well with, the program that we're recommending.
Absolutely. I think that's the beauty of it. I think having the full picture of it, it's not just like, oh, I'm going to try this product. If it doesn't work, you're committing to it, because it's something, if you want to improve your condition of life, then try things. I think that's really interesting, and I really support the person through that whole journey. It's not just the, hey, take this pill and hope for the best. So if people want to find more information about Brillia, what's the website that they can go to check it out? I'm going to link everything down below anyway, but just so people listening on the podcast.
Thank you. It's discoverbrillia.com. If you just even Google Brillia, even if you misspell it, so you should be able to find us on Google. We also have a toll-free number that's at the base of our website, where we have customer care agents who are available, mostly weekdays during business hours. However, if you do get voicemail, we do respond to every single call. We even have it on our list to try and respond back to people who call and hang up and they don't leave a message, just because we want to reach back out to whoever, just to kind of share about Brillia and make sure we explain and answer their concerns, their questions. You can also sign up for our newsletters on our website. That's a great way to get started, to kind of learn about what Brillia is. We do send a weekly email about things that we know people are interested to learn about. Our blogs are very educational. They're not just salesy at all. We do have people who actually commit the time, and we invest the resources to actually be able to share important, useful information on the website and in our blogs. And that's available to everyone. It's not just for our customers. So we have so many different ways to get in touch with us. You can follow us on social, learn about us through you. And just however we can help to raise awareness about the product. We've been trying to really add value, even if someone can't use the product because it has lactose, for example. There's many other parts of our program on our website that people can benefit from, with the hundreds of blogs, for instance, that we have on there.
Amazing. And thank you so much for spending the time with me today just to talk about it, because I feel like it's so important, and it's such a journey for me, taking it, from not knowing what it was to trying it for like 3 or 4 weeks. And I'm like, whoa, what is this though? It's just crazy. And I'm like, I have to work with this company. Like, I have to. And so It's amazing. So thank you so much for coming on. And again, anybody who's interested, if you do want to try Brilliant after speaking to your doctors, there is a code ASPY15. You can get 15% off. The link is down below in the description. And if you're watching, or if you're listening on the podcast and not watching on YouTube, the link is in the show notes of this episode. So you can listen and then check your phone to check out the show notes. All right, Miriam, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, Dan. Take care, and we'll talk soon.